What to sow in October? That's what I'm going to be talking about today, because you might be wondering, what can I sow this month? Particularly if you live like me in the Northern Hemisphere and it is well and truly autumn. So today I'm going to be giving you some brilliant recommendations for seeds to get started now. And of course, my recommendation for one seed that if you sow nothing else, you have to sow this. Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome back. It's October and certainly here in Ireland we are well and truly into autumn now. The vegetable garden is certainly looking like it's in autumn now. We have got loads of plants that are still doing really well, like the corn and these peas. They're still producing nice crops, which is great, but plenty of other things now are starting to look pretty tired and pretty past it. But just because we're going into autumn and we know that winter's coming next, doesn't mean that now's the time to rest on our laurels when it comes to seed sowing, because there are some great things that you can get sown this month that are going to give you some nice quick crops and also are going to set you up really nicely, particularly for the winter and particularly if you have a nice covered growing area. Something like a cold frame, a greenhouse, a polytunnel. And I've also got some really nice recommendations for seeds that if you don't have any of those, you can easily sow and grow on a windowsill in your house. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So to kick off this month's list of seeds, I thought I would go with two seeds that are really super simple to grow and really robust. And those are broad beans and peas. So last month in September, I recommended starting to sow your broad beans. I did that, and here's an example. A very nice little baby broad bean plant. But if you didn't get a chance to get some started last month, it's not too late. You can sow some more this month. And in fact, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be sowing even more so that I have a bit of a succession of broad bean plants. These will get planted out very shortly, particularly because you can see the roots are already coming out of the bottom of the pots. They're going to develop, then they'll sit through the winter, and hopefully it'll give a nice early crop of broad beans. Now the specific variety that I'm growing is broad bean Super Aqua Dulce, which is a really hardy variety and should be nice and reliable. Then it's on to peas. Now, if you go looking, you can find some really hardy varieties that you can sow now over winter, and then again, a bit like the broad beans, have an early crop. But I have to be honest and say that I'm not planning on doing that. What I'm going to be sowing my peas for are for these, pea shoots. Now, if you've been following all of my monthly seed sowing videos, you'll know, well, you're probably tired of hearing about me growing pea shoots, but really they are such an easy and quick thing to do. And actually, they're even a great thing to get your kids to do. I pick a nice early pea variety. This is Pea Meteor, which is my favorite. It gets going really quickly. And just to give you an example, I sowed these only 10 days ago, and already they're producing lovely pea shoots that you can add into your salads. They just make your salads really special. Right, next up we're talking about alliums. One set of seeds and two things that technically aren't seeds, but they are things that you're going to want to get going in October if you want them to crop. Seed-wise, we're talking about spring onions, and this is a really hardy variety that I've already spoken about in previous months, which is called Guardsman. If you've got a nice covered growing area, something like a polytunnel or a greenhouse, which is ideal, you can get some of these going this month so that you have ongoing harvests of nice spring onions. But then we're on to the two things that aren't actually seeds. Sets. Onion sets, to be specific. Now, I picked these up not at a garden centre, but at a discount retailer, and they were brilliant value. I think they were only a couple of euro for what looks like about 30 onion sets. Get these planted now, and then you're going to have your own onion harvests next year. And when you think about it, if you only spend a couple of euro and you get a whole load of sets, well, that's going to be really good value when it comes to harvesting your onions next year. So once I have a little bit of room, because I'm going to be clearing things out of the veg garden, I'm going to get these started in October. And alongside them, I'm going to be planting some garlic. Again, you can pick this up nice and easily, break the bulbs apart into their individual cloves, get them planted, and you'll have garlic as they mature. Now, the variety that I've got is called Pink Germador. Now, I wish I could say that I picked this specifically because of the variety. I didn't. It was the only one that they had available, and it looks nice. So I'm going to give it a go, and I'll report back. If you're enjoying this video or finding it useful, or even better, you're enjoying it and finding it useful, please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button down below. Clicking that like button really does help me, and it helps to support my channel by telling YouTube that people like yourself are enjoying the video. And of course, if you want to see more Niall Gardens content, but you're not a subscriber yet, hit that red subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon. If you hit the bell icon, then you'll be notified when I post my next episode, and you know that you're not going to miss out on future episodes. Thanks everyone. This month, I'm only going to be recommending one root veg seed to sow, and that is carrots. Now, sowing carrots at this time of year comes with a big proviso, which is that they're not really going to be suitable for sowing outdoors. You're going to want to sow them under cover, under glass, or in a polytunnel, something similar to that, where they're going to get those sheltered, just nicer conditions, slightly warmer temperatures that will help them grow away and mature into the carrots that you want to harvest. The variety that I'm going for is a really quick variety, Amsterdam Forcing 3, but I also have to confess that I have never tried this before. I've never sown carrots so late in the year, so I'm going to be keeping my fingers crossed. I'm going to be giving it a go, and I'll let you know how it goes. But certainly, if you have some carrot seeds lying around, why not give it a go yourself and see how you get on? I feel like I talk about sowing salad seeds in every monthly seed sowing video. That's probably because I do talk about sowing salad seeds in every seed sowing video. But you know what? It 100% bears repeating, because if you have the chance to sow some, go and sow some. I feel like when it comes to a seed that's going to give you a really quick turnaround and a really rewarding crop, you're not going to get much better than salads. So I'm going to be sowing some more salad seeds this month, but critically, I'm going to be now sowing them under cover in the polytunnel, so that hopefully I'm going to have a nice succession and an ongoing harvest of baby leaves and ultimately mature lettuces and leaves that I can enjoy all the way through the winter. So I'm going to rattle through really quickly the varieties that I'm growing this month, just to really cover them as a broad overview, and kicking off with a nice hardy lettuce. Now, all the way through the summer, I've been growing a salad called lettuce salad bowl. I love it. It's really soft, and I've had a lot of success with it, but it's not really going to be suitable for the winter months. So instead, I'm going with something much hardier, and this is a cos lettuce, and it's called Winter Density. I'll be getting that going this month, and then alongside that, good old lamb's lettuce or corn salad. Cannot beat it, and it makes a really nice companion to go with any kind of lettuce or any other leaves that you're growing. Add to that some kale, not grown on to maturity, just grown for its baby leaves, picked when they're really, really small, mixed into a salad is absolutely delicious. And then to add something really special, I'm going to be sowing more of this bull's blood beetroot. Again, not sown to be grown on to maturity, sown for its really dark purple leaves. They're nearly black, but when you mix them in amongst a salad, it really makes it sing. And now it's the best bit of the video, or at least what I think is the best bit of the video, and it's my one seed that if you sow nothing else, you have to sow this. And in October, it's going to be a very narrow little group of seeds, and they're particularly herbs. The reason I've picked them as my one recommendation for this month is I think it's really easy in these videos for me to recommend things that are great to grow if you've got a veg garden or if you've got a polytunnel. But realistically, most of us don't have that. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't all get the enjoyment of growing something that we can eat and really love and put into our food. And that's where herbs come in, because certain herbs, if you sow them now and you sow them indoors, are going to work beautifully on a windowsill for you. Those seeds are parsley, and I'm going to be sowing 2 types of parsley. The first one is moss curled 2. In my mind, that's the kind of parsley that most people imagine when they see it in their heads, that, well, really quite strong leaf that's really frilly and curled and has that lovely strong parsley flavour. And then alongside that, flat leaf parsley. Now this is flat leaf parsley plain leaf. What a name. They went really original when they came up with that. So I'm going to be going with both of these, and then alongside that, coriander, and on top of that, dill. All of these seeds, started now on a windowsill, are going to produce some lovely little leaves that you can actually harvest as soon as they're tiny little micro leaves and add them into any dish. I wouldn't cook them, I'd add them on fresh at the end to make something really special. Or you can continue growing them on your windowsill just a little bit more so that you have stronger plants that you can chop up and you can cook with. So there you have it. Those are my October seed sowing recommendations. I know it's really easy as the weather starts to get worse and the nights start to get longer in autumn to think it's not worth sowing anything, particularly compared to the manic rush that we have in the spring and in the summer. But it is really worth getting at least some seeds going this month. I know I'm going to be sowing some, so make sure that you sow some as well, because you're not going to be disappointed. As ever, if you enjoyed the video, please do make sure to give it a thumbs up. Doing that really helps to promote the video by telling YouTube that people like yourself are enjoying the videos that I make. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, if you've hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon at the same time. That way you'll be notified when I post my next video. And until next time, see you later.